This is Shelley Kraft coming to you live on SNNLive On-Location in New York City. I have with me Mark Smith, NioCorp. It's a publicly traded company, and the symbols are NB on the Toronto Stock Exchange and NIOBF in the U.S. Mark, welcome to SNNLive.
Thanks, Shelley. Great to be here.
Now let's get an overview for our audience.
NioCorp is a junior mining company traded on the Toronto Stock Exchange. We have several assets in our portfolio. The best and most public one that we have is the Elk Creek project in the southeast corner of Nebraska. This is a carbonatite structure that hosts the second largest niobium deposit known in the world today and the third richest niobium deposit in the world today. It also will have a co-product called scandium, and we will become the largest producer of scandium in the world. And then we also have a byproduct called titanium. So between the three products, this is going to be a pretty fantastic project, and one located in the United States.
Tell me about niobium. What is it, and what's it used for?
Niobium is a supplement in the steel industry, and basically it just makes steel harder, much more strong, and it makes it lighter. So I think the best example to use in terms of uses of niobium is our automobiles today. When you put niobium into an automobile, and if you think about automobiles, this niobium is used in every automobile in the world that's made of steel. This makes the car lighter, so you get better gas mileage with your vehicle, but it also makes it stronger, and so it's better for you and I as consumers and makes us safer.
What about, sometimes metals crack? Does it help in the fracturing?
It has virtually no impact on that at all, other than it makes the metal stronger, which then, by logic would suggest that it will crack less. But it really makes it much more strong on the tensile strength.
So if they're using it now, where's it coming from?
There are three producers in the world today, one in Brazil, a second one in Brazil, and a third one in Canada. The largest production facility is in Brazil, and they produce about 85% of today's niobium that's used throughout the world. This has created an issue for all of the steel companies, and every steel company we go and talk to about offtake agreements suggests that they want more diversity of supply. Mm-hmm. So we are going to fulfill that need and be very proud in doing so.
Nebraska? I thought, maybe agricultural products, good football teams. Talk to me.
Nebraska is a fantastic place to do business. We have virtually 100% support locally in the community and at the state level for this project. Every time we go and see the governor, he wants to know, are my agency people getting you through the process fast enough? What else can we do to help? The local citizens are just unbelievable. When we have town halls out there, there are 116 people in the town of Elk Creek, Nebraska. We have 116 people at the town halls. That's how important this project is, and it really will diversify the economy in that section of Nebraska. So unbelievable support. We couldn't ask for a better place.
Well, obviously you have infrastructure, and now what I really want to talk about is the resource itself. Talk to me about the size, where it is, how easy it is to get to. Have you done drill programs? What are your PEAs?
No problem. We have completed all of our drilling programs to define the resource, and now we have actually put together the mine plan for the area as well. It will be an underground mine, very simple long stope mining process, nothing complicated, no new technology involved, simple textbook type mining. It will be an underground mine. We'll bring the material to the surface, we'll process it on the surface, and then distribute the material on the highways which already exist. The infrastructure is unbelievable. We have highways, railways, we have electricity grid lines in the area, we have plenty of water, and again, unbelievable local community support.
And what's the size of the resource?
The size of the resource is the second largest in the world. There's approximately 30,000 tons of contained niobium metal in this resource.
What are the prices on niobium, if I could ask?
That's a great question, and it's one that we particularly like to talk about because the pricing is just as stable as can be, and that makes this project very financeable. We don't have that roller coaster price setting that a lot of metals have. This is just as steady as can be. It's roughly $40 a kilogram.
40 a kilogram?
Correct.
And how many tons are we talking about?
We have about 30,000 tons of niobium, contained niobium in the ground.
Is it because it's so rare?
It is very rare to find a niobium deposit that has a high enough ore grade to allow economic extraction. This is one of 4 that we're aware of in the world, the only one in the United States, and we're pretty proud of that.
How is it found? I mean, I know these things sometimes happen by accident, but how did this happen?
And it was purposeful. The state of Nebraska has a limited economy in that it's a lot of agriculture and insurance. In the late 1960s, the state of Nebraska wanted to diversify their economy a little bit, so they did aerial surveys of the entire state of Nebraska. And in the aerial survey, there was this very large carbonatite structure down in the southeast corner of the state that was identified. And then companies took a look at these aerial surveys and they put drill programs into place. There was a company that started the drilling process. We came in second and finished the drilling process. We now have over 68,000 meters of drilling that has been done on this site. So we know our resource very well.
What's your background?
I'm an engineer and a lawyer, so I like jokes for both. But I have practiced as an engineer, practiced as a lawyer, and now I've been an executive for about 15 years.
Well, the junior mining sector has been underwater for about 5 years now, right? Look at gold and silver prices.
Difficult.
What differentiates you so much from those others?
I think it's our project and our people, and we've had the very good fortune of being able to raise money and to keep these project efforts going at a very fast pace. We've done in a year and a half what most junior mining companies do in 8 to 10 years. We're serious about taking this resource, putting it into production, and becoming America's first niobium mining company.
So, our audience is a lot of investors, so they're going to want to know the business side. Offtake agreements, if you have any?
Yes, we do. Last December, we announced an offtake agreement with ThyssenKrupp Steel Company. They are going to be taking 50% of our niobium production at market prices, so we're very proud of that. That will also help us in the financing part of the business because we're also eligible for the German loan guarantee program. So very important aspect of why we are successful right now. And we're in discussions with many more companies and hope to have some news in the near future with additional offtake.
Any news recently that you want to share?
Yes, Shelley, we had the good fortune of just publishing our PEA2, as we call it, last Friday. And that PEA2 is, in my humble opinion, a wow study that we published. It talks about the 3 products that we have, niobium, titanium, and scandium, and it suggests that over a 30-year life of mine that we would have a pre-tax NPV of over $3 billion. So this is a project that is waiting to happen, and we've got the right people and we've got the right public to help us get there. We're going to be in production.
So let's get a website out there for our audience, if you would.
Very easy, www.NioCorp.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Smith, NIO, NIOCorp. It's a publicly traded company. Here's 2 symbols, NB on the TSX and NIOBF in the U.S. I'm Shelley Kraft. This is SNNLive on location in New York City. Mark, what a pleasure.
Thank you, Shelley. It's great to be here.
Quite well.